Hey guys, it's Kat here, and so today I have a speed paint video for you. Some of you guys, I asked if you guys wanted a commentary video, so I'm doing that. Um, yeah, so here in the beginning, I just do a loose sketch. I eyeball it. I do the head. I do the parallel lines to see if everything looks a little like so I don't start from nothing. It's sort of a base. I decided to put a tree in the background, then I gave up on it later on, but you'll see that. And then after the loose sketch, I create a separate layer on top and make that layer the opacity lower. And I start sketching with a darker color so I can see it better. Yeah, at this point I lowered the opacity even more because I couldn't figure out what I was doing very well, so I couldn't see. I basically follow my sketch and I try to look at the reference and figure out what needs to be fixed. Sometimes I fix stuff after the sketch, so when I paint, and sometimes I fix it right on the sketch because sometimes it's easier to see with color. I don't know if that makes sense. Here in the clothes, I eyeball it. You can see that there's a lot of inaccuracies, like the purple part on his gown, robe. I like to think of it as a gown. It's very pretty. That purple part, it should be way lower. It should go way lower, and I didn't fix that, but I don't. I wasn't really going for hyper realism, so it doesn't phase me. I just go with it since it looks fine to me. After that, I took the first sketch layer, uh, I took it off basically, and I started coloring. I'm really bad with colors normally, so sometimes I still pick the colors from the ref picture, but I'm trying to not do that as much. So sometimes I pick the color just to get a bit of an idea, and then I choose the colors according to what I want. Also, in the beginning, I asked the stream, because I did this on stream, if I should go with a pink background or I think it was blue, and we were all feeling pink, so we went for a peachy pink. Uh, Here I struggled a bit with the pole, the wood beam. In the end, I decided not to do wood because it would be too hard, and I'm lazy. So yeah, here I'm messing with the gradients and just messing with the colors so I can fix them. I spent a lot of time just messing around with textures here in the pole, just using the 1,000 brushes I have, basically just experimenting with them, but I ended up deleting all of it. It's just like anything. I try to tell this to people and I try to remind myself a lot that not everything needs to be in the final sketch, as in it's perfectly okay to dispose of something if it doesn't look good. So if you're not feeling it, just delete it and start again. And if you don't want to delete it, then just hide the layer and do it again. Here I'm trying to emulate the sky of that ref picture, but it didn't work out in the end. It was too light. It didn't fit the feel I wanted. So then I was trying to um, touch up the colors with the little color thing. The word is failing me on Photoshop. If you click Control U, but it just wasn't working. So that also got scratched. But before that, I think I went ahead and did the tree. Yeah, I tried to do the tree. Trees are, for me, they're very hard. There's a lot of detail. There's all the petals, there's all the little branches. I have no patience for that. I like detail and I like the detailed work, but when it comes to the very, very, very small details, I tend to lose patience very fast. So in the end, since this wasn't working in 5 minutes, which is ridiculous, I should have worked harder on it, I wasn't feeling it. I just scraped it. And then I was trying to do a darker background. I don't know. I was inspired by Henka's. I'll link her Twitter. She's great. Like really, really great. One of her paintings, she has just beautiful pink sky, but then I was like, this doesn't fit the drawing at all. I don't know. I don't know why I was trying that. But yeah, another try that got completely erased, and now I'm just using the colors I started with, really soft pinks and purples, and then that little yellow for a bit of a lighter, like horizon. Here I'm doing a little bit of work on that pole. I decided not to do wood and instead do little cement, like a wall, basically. Although I kind of wanted him to be on top of the mountains and like those beautiful temples. So that probably doesn't work, but that's okay. Here we start on the blending. You guys, sometimes I see some comments asking me if I like use the blending tool or if I just pick a lot of colors, and I just pick a lot of colors, like a shit ton of colors. I just go with the eyedrop. I'm basically spamming the eyedrop. My hand is permanently on the eyedrop um, shortcut, which is the Alt, I think, on the keyboard. But my tablet has a feature that allows me to customize it. So now I've gotten used to using the tablet one. It doesn't matter. I'm always spamming the eye tool. So what you want to do to blend, not the hair. We're doing the hair now, or I am doing the hair now. I'm not good with hair. I do random strands. I try not to add too many colors because then it looks crazy. I don't know. But what I was gonna say is what you want to do is you want to get the base colors in and use a soft brush. Don't use a hard edge brush unless you want that kind of look. Then totally go for it. Um, Use a soft brush. So when you do soft strokes, it creates different colors. So you can pick from the edge or like just the center and get the exact color, or pick from the edge and get a softer color where it blended with that other color, if you get what I mean. I don't know if I'm explaining myself well. And that is basically how I blend. I find it way harder, and no. I find it way easier. And personally, I like to see my art and art in general. My favorite type of art is really textured art. So when I see people using the smudge tool or the blur tool, it I just don't like the effect it gives. I really don't. I think it looks way too smooth. Although I might be a hypocrite for saying this because sometimes I try too hard to blend and it ends up looking too smooth. I don't know. Sometimes I try really hard to keep and preserve the texture, and sometimes I just go ham with the with perfecting the blending. But I think we're all guilty of some of those things. Um, okay. I flipped the canvas because sometimes we can't see the mistakes when we're looking at something for too long, and flipping the canvas is really good to quickly, very quickly, see the mistakes and proportions and everything. And I fixed this eye up there, and I fixed it a little bit off stream, so off camera, so I don't have it filmed. But I pulled the now left eye a little bit up and towards the center because it was off center and it was way too low, so it was just weird. Like when it was flipped to the other side, it was fine. It didn't look that weird to me, but then when I flipped it, it looked weird. So I fixed that. Here I'm working on the robe. The sorry, the robe was a challenge because I've done one painting where the girl's clothes were silk, or no, not silk, satin, like satiny, and they had that sheen and that shine to it, right? And his kind of do as well. So like the folds have to be more defined, or at least I think it has to be more defined to look um what did I call it? Not silky. I don't remember that material. Um yeah, I think in the end it worked out. It worked out just fine. You just have to keep going because in the beginning it's gonna look weird. My drawings in the beginning, if I took the line art portion out, it would look crazy because it's just blobs of color and it's fine. You just have to keep on working on it. Here I'm trying to figure out what to do for the shoulders because I wasn't about to paint all of those dragons and those details. It's beautiful, but no, that was not gonna happen. You see, when I say I'm lazy, I'm lazy. So yeah, here I'm fixing the eye again because I didn't like it, or just that little corner. I'm doing a shadow for the shoulders where he's leaning against the pole. Then it was getting too dark, the shadow, so I think I deleted a bit. Oh, here I did like a small tutorial about proportions. If you wanna see it a little bit slower, maybe pause the video. Or I have a tutorial on how I sketch faces from using references, so I'll link that in the down bar. Here I'm adding some effects that I thought would be interesting, a little bit of a gradient to give it more dimension, and yeah, and we're done. There's Day in all his glory. That beautiful gown. And yeah, this painting in total took me about 6 hours, 36 minutes. I did it on 3 separate streams. Sometimes I stream after work, so at about 6 p.m. here. Yeah, if you guys want me to keep doing these voiceovers, then please let me know. And thank you for watching. Bye.